It's very difficult writing about your life and not trying to write it in the sense of trying to seek pity or just trying to paint yourself in a positive light. Honestly, there's a lot of things in that book that a lot of people don't know about me. I talk to almost every day, just asking questions. And it's just gonna be like, all right, this is the answer. Read the book. You know, this is the answer. Read the book.
Question number 1. Who are you?
I'm Marlon Hatcher. I'm 28 years old and I am a writer. Self-published, only have one book so far. I'm from a small town named Pahokee in Florida, or South Florida. Probably never heard of it. I like my favorite color is green. I like video games, good stories, stuff like that. I'm a simple guy. Pretty much who I am. In terms of if I have to get deep into who I really am, I somewhat a overthinker.
Question number 2. What's happening in your life right now?
God, what's not happening right now? There's the whole debacle. If you're into hip hop right now, it's crazy times to be a hip hop fan. What's going on with Kendrick Lamar and Drake? The whole beef that they got and the disses and stuff. I'm gonna be honest. I used to, like, my whole 20 years of my life, I honestly thought that, you know, being the peace, love, tranquility guy, you know, in the end would, you know, be something I would always be. I don't have any hate in my heart, or, you know, never really wished on, you know, certain things to happen to certain people. I never was like that. I don't even think I even had the bone to do that. The hating bone, or have a hating bone in my body. But after this whole debacle between Kendrick Lamar and Drake, honestly, I aspire to be as big of a hater as Kendrick Lamar, if I'm just being honest. That man literally knows how to hate. And it could be, honestly, it's admirable, you know. It low-key looks therapeutic. And I honestly want to experience that. Because, like, I've never been this guy who seen himself as this. To hate someone, I always thought you would have to hate yourself, because how could you hate someone at all? Because there's no point to it. Not everybody, I understand not everybody is, you know, gonna be to your liking, but doesn't mean you should hate them. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of people need to be hated on. And I feel like the trajectory of my life was going in a place where, yeah, I'm not going to have any issues with anybody. Someone says my book sucks. All right, it's not for you. But now, I feel like I'm turning a different tune, honestly. Honestly, if you hate my book, I hate you. Go f*** yourself, you know? Something simple as that. Like, simple as that. It's like, I hate the way you critique. I hate the way you f***ing think, you know? Stuff like that. Do I see myself as a big hater as Kendrick Lamar? Hell no. Like he wished death upon that man. And I've never heard that in a song. You know, I probably heard, you know, some lyrical shit, but he's like, nah, I wish people like you should die. That is tier 1 hating. But yeah, for the past like 2 weeks that this has been going on, I've just been tuned in. I've been tuned in because this is probably the most exciting moment that hip hop has had in a long time. This genre has been more or less dying. You know, things were just not. People were not interested in hip hop anymore. Now I feel like they are. This beef has transcended everything. It's just, you know, I hear people who don't even know 2 rap songs, you know, and they're talking about this beef. It's like, how? Like, you know, it's interesting. It's very interesting. Very inspiring. be honest. So Kendrick, if you ever hear this video, watch this video, whatever, I don't think I'll be as big as hater as you, but I damn near will try my best to be, okay? But other than that, I've been writing my memoir. It's called 25 Years of Nothing, because it's about the first 25 years of my life. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm at a part in the book that I've been stuck for the past 2 months. Originally the book was supposed to be out a couple months ago, because it's 25 years of my life. I haven't experienced enough. Well, I've experienced a lot in terms of just in general. But yeah, that book was supposed to come out 2 months ago, I want to say. But I just been, reflecting on everything that happened ages 0 to 25. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I've never been that vulnerable. I guess you could say that it's very difficult writing about your life and not trying to write it in the sense of trying to seek pity or just trying to paint yourself in a positive light. From one of my reading corners on my stream, I'm reading a book called Verity by Colleen Hoover, and there was a line in there that really stuck to me and kind of made me just, made me feel better about what I'm doing. And it was that if you're going to write an autobiography or a memoir about yourself, you're not supposed to paint yourself like in a positive light. In actuality, it should be the opposite. People are supposed to see you at your most vulnerable, see you at your most just terrible. You're not really supposed to just make yourself look like a superhero. People should feel a certain type of way about you after reading your memoir or your autobiography. It's just like, wow. It's like I've been through a lot, and there's a lot of things in that book that a lot of people don't know about me. So it's gonna be interesting to see, and I expect a lot of texts from people I haven't spoke to in forever, and people that I talk to almost every day, just asking questions. And it's just gonna be like, all right, this is the answer. Read the f***ing book. This is the answer. Read the book. Other than that, I have nothing else to say to you. But I can't wait to release that. After that, things should be moving like clockwork. I shouldn't have to be stuck on a book for months on end. So it should be fun.
Question number 3. Favorite food?
Honestly, my favorite food is pasta. I love pasta. There's like so many variety of pasta that you could really just go crazy. Like I just made buffalo chicken bacon ranch macaroni and cheese. Like only you could do that with pasta. You can't really do that with rice, or you can do that with mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes could be kind of good. I should probably do that. But it's good. Like I just love pasta. Like honestly, the woman of my dreams, my wife someday, she just could. That's all she could cook. Like, or I'll cook. Whatever the case may be. But pasta has to be in that rotation of cooking. I love like a chicken Alfredo. Like most people be like, oh, you know how to cook chicken Alfredo? Like I'll tell you, oof, Alfredo meat to death. I don't give a fuck. I love Alfredo, but shout out to pasta. Also, pizza's pretty good. But I'm trying to be, a little bit more healthy. Trying to, live long enough to see my dreams come to fruition. So, I'm trying to stay away from to food that just wouldn't do me right. You know what I mean? So.
Question number 4. Where are you from?
So every time I tell somebody what city I'm from, they just look at me like I just cussed them out. Like they don't know what I just said to them. Like the city is a small city named Pahokee. It's way down. It's not way down south in Florida, but it's in southern Florida, right? It's like an hour away from Miami, give or take. But I'm from there. That's what I claim, and it's where I grew up, and a lot of stuff has happened there. But you know, I love it.
Question number 5. What are your hobbies, interests?
I play a lot of video games. I'm trying to get back into reading, because I kind of fell out a little bit. I don't even say fell out really. I just tagged out honestly, because it's really hard to keep my attention. My attention span has diminished over the years, and honestly, I really don't know what the cause of it was. I could blame TikTok, but I think it's been waning since I graduated college. Because I used to be able to multitask and do 3 things at once: look at a TV show and get information from there, and read a book or read a manga, and still be able to just understand what exactly I'm collecting. Now it's just like I can barely focus. Like I probably have undiagnosed ADHD and autism, and I don't think it's best if I figure out that stuff now. At least right now. Let me just get to certain things and accomplish certain things before I just hit up a psychiatrist or some shit and just find out all sorts of disorders. That's like the biggest thing, really. Just trying to become the person that you set out to be, but realize you've been held back by something that you should have known about for a while. So, but other than that, but writing, stories, I love a good story. I love a great story, man. Stories are very hard to come by. At least a good story. Doing new things. I like stuff like that. I'm not really like that type of person that usually, if you know me, IRL, if you tell me, hey, let's go do this, usually I'm in. I'm all in. It's slowed down. To kind of this year. I haven't really been out like that. Really been inside trying to figure some things out. Other than that, I'm a very simple guy.
Question number 6. What's one thing you like and dislike about your hometown?
One thing I like about my hometown is how simple it is, honestly. When you go to Pahokee, be honest, so Pahokee is part of the muck, right? And a part of the muck is like basically all the little small towns that surround, really, it's like the muck is Belglade, right? But Pahokee is a part of the muck, South Bay is a part of the muck, Canal Point, you can make an argument, but listen, not really. But the muck is what we call those areas, those surrounding areas, right? So once you go to the muck, man, like it's really simple. Like you want to go get some fucking food, there's like a little strip right there. You get your food, you get some Popeyes, you don't really have to go too far. Like from Belglade to Pahokee is like a 10 minute ride, depending on where you're going, like if you're taking a shortcut or not, or you want a long way around. It's really honestly endearing how simple the muck is. Like got Lake Okeechobee right there. You want to go fishing. A lot of canals. Just watch out for them gators, because they over there. You think there ain't none in there? It's about 100 of them in one canal. Okay. One thing I dislike about my hometown really is just, I feel like even living there was really no goals that I really saw, or it never felt like my town had a goal. Like did we want to be a tourist town? Or are we just a pass-through town? Like, of course, it was never really something I cared about. But as I got older, and it's like, thinking about it, it's like, would I move back to Pahokee? And it's like, nah, not at this time. But it's like, if I knew if my hometown had goals, like if they were really clear, like just honestly, there's nothing in my hometown that like keeps me there. Like there's nothing there for me to be like, yeah, I can't live without this, right? It's like, nah. I mean, I have my friends, family over there, but they can always come to me. It's not something that is it's not something that's just what's sad to me is that there really isn't something there for me to hold on to. You know, if here in Texas, I could tell you right here, rent rent's cheap. That's gonna keep me here. I swear to God, it's like over there, it's like trying to be more expensive. It's like trying to keep up. Like if you're gonna go to the muck, you're gonna go to the muck for either two things really: is to go to the football games, or just to pass through because you're trying to go to Miami or trying to go to Palm Beach. It's one of those things that sucks. It really sucks. Maybe as I get bigger and more known and financially inept, you know what I'm saying? I'll be able to give back and build my town up. But right now it's something that it's gonna take time and it's gonna take a lot of effort, and it's not just gonna take me to be able to help it. So yeah.
Question number 7. What got you into writing?
A lot, really. I've always been creative. I just never knew what outlet I wanted to express my creativity. I tried drawing. In the second grade, I made my first comic book. Keep in mind, I'd never seen a comic book before. And automatically, I made like this 4-coma story about like a superhero that had like electric powers. It's kind of funny that he automatically had electric powers, but I just thought electricity was just so cool to me. Like I don't know why. I just seeing like he's in as a little 7-year-old. I'm like, God, what if he had lightning powers and stuff? So yeah, it was like a 4-coma. It was the stick figures with little chat bubbles. Like I made that at second grade, which was amazing. So I honestly thought I was gonna be like an artist, a comic book artist. Then I bought during one of those like reading fairs. I bought a how to draw book, and man, I just lost all interest. I lost all interest in learning how to draw. So it really didn't. And there's like a whole bunch of other circumstances that kind of stopped me from really honing my craft of writing. But that's another story for that. So it wasn't until I got to college where I decided to, switch my computer engineering major into writing, because I met a guidance counselor. She was a very big help, and to make me look at and make me remember what my gifts is, and it's storytelling. It's creating stories, and I always thought like, I needed like to make it visual, because I honestly thought like books are boring. Like if you could see a visual, why not see the visual? But she kind of broke it down to me. It's like that's like the first step is just writing. You can't have the visual without the writing. You could, but it's gonna be shit. You can't really think for 1 second that just because you're writing a book doesn't mean it won't get made into a movie. Look at Harry Potter, stuff like that. She said those stuff to me. Now it really opened my eyes, because as a kid, I was 18, 19, just trying to figure things out and what my passion was, and it was simple as that.
Question number 8. Favorite stories?
Favorite stories? I want to say my favorite stories has to be, they're mainly like cartoons. Avatar: The Last Airbender, that's a good story. It's a good storyline. Fallout, I know these are like cop-out answers because they're mad recent, but these are stories that kind of made me think broader about certain stuff, like playing the Fallout games. I was playing like Fallout 3 in high school, and the Elder Scrolls series and stuff, like following the storylines and stuff like that. Pre-final season Game of Thrones, when you talking about fucking dense writing of the show before, I don't want to say pre-season 7, honestly. That was what really got me into like fantasy writing. So hopefully I get into fantasy writing, to be honest. But as of right now, this is like the only thing I can think of. So yeah. That's all I can think of right now. And of course, I'm sorry, I forgot. A Living Nightmare, brought to you by this. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, give me a second. We have t-shirts. We have packaged t-shirts. If you want to get yourself a living, that sounds. I'm pretty sure that sounds terrible on the audio, but we have t-shirts. You know, at unlimitedideas.co, not com, co, co, unlimitedideas.co. Get yourself a shirt. Honestly, if you see me in real life and you just want a shirt to say, hey, I just want a shirt, I'll give you a shirt. I don't care. Because, you know, it's a shirt.
Question number 9. What is a living nightmare?
So, Living Nightmare is my first story. It's kind of crazy to be able to talk about it because, honestly, it was just a concept that I made in 2019. That's when the idea first came about. Basically, it's a horror book, right? It's a horror book taking place in the late 1950s. A Living Nightmare. I wrote it to be very easy to read. It's my first book, so it was sort of like a testing of seeing how publishing and producing a book goes. So it's very short. It's 150 pages, 11 chapters, I think. But it's really good. It's really good for a first book. Hopefully, as time goes on and I get more comfortable with creating books and publishing and stuff like that, I'll be able to just pump these babies out. But right now, it's just me trying to just navigate this landscape by myself. So it's really interesting how things go. But A Living Nightmare, it's out right now. You can check it out on my website at unlimitedideas.co. It's a really good story.
Question number 10. Any favorites in the story?
I feel like it's a sin to have favorites in your story because, you get to think, in essence, what you're doing when you're steering these characters into the vision that you thought of, and you might have a favorite and go against what you envision. If all your characters die in the end, then how come you decide to let so and so go because that's your favorite? I feel like that's biased and stuff like that. You can't do those sort of things when it comes to stories. Sure, you can have those characters that stand out more than the other characters, transition a side character to a main character. I've seen that before in a lot of stories, but I don't do it. Honestly, all my characters, even the main characters, they're not safe. No, nobody's safe from the dangers of just the world that they're in. Sometimes it might not even be danger. Sometimes it might be a good hunky story, happy-go-lucky type of story. But at least in A Living Nightmare, no one is safe. It's not that type of world to be. It's not that type of story where everybody is safe. But there are some characters that I really did enjoy creating. One is it's probably a spoiler if I say her name. For now, she's someone that my 3 main characters meet, or 4. I'm sorry. I forgot about little Sylvia. I think that's kind of messed up. I forgot about her like that. She actually plays a very pivotal role in the story, but it's gonna be later on. But yeah, the main group of A Living Nightmare meet a character later on that honestly I was inspired by another character. If you played the Walking Dead video game, Telltale series, if you guys know Clementine was a very big inspiration for this character. She's very rambunctious, very strong-headed, and honestly, I really did enjoy just trying to from my own experiences put into her character of what I know. It'll make more sense later on if you read the story. But she's really cool, really cool. I think a lot of the characters that I made in the Living Nightmare, I think I did a great job when it comes to fleshing out and character development. But like I said, it's a very short book. Hopefully, in the next book, for A Living Nightmare, the second book, it should be a little bit longer. Probably triple the amount of pages because I want to, have a full body of work this time around because I know what I'm doing, right? But yeah, check out A Living Nightmare. First book is really good.
Question number 11. Are you working on anything right now?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Right now, I just got an editor for my YouTube videos. I have an editor for my books, and but I wanted to, for the longest, since I first uploaded a video to YouTube in 2013, an old Pokemon, it was Pokemon Battle? I can't remember. It was like a simulator. And that was like my first YouTube video. I've wanted to be a YouTuber for such a long time, but I just hate, with a passion, I just hate editing. Such a tedious process where I could just be making content and not having to worry about the end result product. I just want to get the product then and there and get it out the door. So with this editor who's editing this video, shout out to Ryan. It's very. Why did I do that? Why did I say shout out to Ryan? The camera's right here. Shout out to Ryan. Shout out to you. That was kind of weird. I don't know why I did that. But I've always wanted to be a YouTuber. With what's it called? Inspirations from like the old, it's probably gonna be a throwback because I'm really old. The Creatures, I don't know if you guys know them. They were like YouTubers back then for like content. Who else? My boy Berleezy, some bros, RDC, all these different creators. I've always wanted to be like that. So hopefully, as I'm navigating through content creation as well being a book writer and stuff like that, I'll be able to dive into that world as well. So it's gonna be very interesting, I'll say at least. This year is gonna be very interesting. So
Question number 12. Any goals for the year?
just produce more books. Right now, I released A Living Nightmare in January. It's already May, and there hasn't been no new books. That's not good. There's supposed to be 25 Years of Nothing. That was supposed to come out months ago, but like I said, writing about your life and not trying to just mess it up is so hard. It's all the remembering memories and everything that you gotta suppress because it's traumatic. You gotta resurface that, and it's like, oh man, this sucks. So hopefully I get that out real soon. I can't say when it's gonna come out, but real soon. Once that's done, I'll be able to be more on track with other works and other ideas. I really want to release at least 4 books this year. Have some variety, not just horror. Get into fantasy and stuff like that. Hopefully, now that I have an editor for my YouTube channel, I'll be able to produce more videos. The goal is to do at least 2 videos a week, so that I have a steady way of content for you guys. So looking forward to that. Other than that, those are really it. So I'm really focused on making sure that my content, also for this channel and my personal channel at Big Hatch 01. Also, yes, I forgot. I also stream too. Something that I haven't done because I've been trying to do this stuff, but hopefully I get that stream. I don't really have any goals for streaming other than just get partnered with Twitch, but it's not really the biggest concern right now. So hopefully all those things, pretty much all those goals are very attainable, not impossible. So.
Question number 13. Anything you want to say to the people?
Yes. If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel, subscribe to my personal channel. Check out A Living Nightmare. Check out the website, unlimitededeas.co. Also, A Living Nightmare is on Amazon, Goodreads, Barnes and Nobles. Yes. Yeah. It's on not just that website. You can buy it from those other book distributors. Check out my stream. I stream too. I'm trying to get consistent into streaming because I want to post highlights on my personal channel. This channel is primarily just promoting and trying to, be creative with whatever works that I'm working on. So hopefully when I come back here is to talk about a little more in depth about Living Nightmare. I kind of like glossed over it a little bit, is because I don't want to get into depth for those who want to read the book for themselves. But the next video for this channel should be a more in-depth look at how I created A Living Nightmare and how the characters came to be and everything like that. I hope everybody's safe. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar again. I'm really, 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 really looking forward to hating anybody and everybody this year. This is going to be a great year. So, other than that, thank y'all for tuning in to my interview at Unlimited Publishing, Unlimited Ideas. It's really been an honor doing all this stuff. So, other than that, that's it.